What's up, guys? This is Borrow 3.88, and this channel is created to explore and grow with you all together during current crazy global financial market. So please check the like and subscribe button down below, and we will donate to the charity recommended by you every month and disclose everything in detail every month in the streaming video and the short video. Yeah, so let's always do something good to the society and the community before making money by trading and investment. So today is May 6th. It's another Thursday. It's towards the end of this week, and tomorrow is another Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday again. So, like as usual, we're gonna take a quick look to see what's going on in the U.S. stock market, and then to see if there is any breaking news today, and then we will have like some more check into the Dogecoin and the Bitcoin cryptocurrency market, because I like Dogecoin and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin have been like really crazy, especially in the in I mean since this April, after the mid stock pinch of like AMC and GME. So we will have more on that, and then if we have more time, we will spend some time to see if there are some interesting stock that for us to trade with some good opportunity from the high price level in current market condition. So let's take a look here, and with some music. Okay. So we can see that the major indices in US stock market just had another day of pullback, while Nasdaq suffered the most with the index down for about 0.92%, and S&P 500 is down for about 0.37%, and Dow Jones Industrial Average is around at the flat. It's about like 1 hour after the market opened. So not sure if there's any obviously the market are still like trembling at the current high level without any significant breakthrough and nor pullback. So hold on a second. Let me make a little bit adjustment here. So how have you enjoyed the week so far? Yeah. A lot of people saying like sell stock in May and bring your money away, right? Because after the quarter one, the second quarter, after May, usually like there will be some like a system pullback somehow and system correction, but it's not necessary though. Last year was also good, and yeah, some May in the history or also performed pretty well. To have more information, insights, and thoughts from you about those assets. As like Dogecoin, the total capitalization for Dogecoin just like overtaken a lot of the tech giants in Nasdaq right now. It's really crazy. This after some okay. The Canadian dollar climbs. And according to Yahoo Finance, be aware of the inflation shock. Yahoo Finance analyst Brian Sozzi breaks down the rise in yields over the past decade and how inflation continues to impact investors' portfolio. And I think like we can check into another article about some stocks just recommended by Goldman Sachs that will to beat the inflation environment. That might also be some like good advice or recommendation to take from there. U.S. future steady before job data. U.S. pushes vaccine waiver. U.S. mortgage rate slipped to lowest level in almost 3 months. Drug makers said Biden government misguided over vaccine patent waiver. What's up with the labor market? Probably won't know until the fall, till October. Not really some interesting breaking news so far. And so yeah, so that's things like inflation is it's also another hot topic beside like cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. So yeah, like Jerome Powell and the Yellen, Fed, like all the the politician keep saying that the inflation is not a problem, but is it a euphemism they use to calm down the market, or it's actually a warning sign? How do you think? What's your thoughts? So here are some stocks. Here are like 4 surprising stocks Goldman Sachs think could triumph over inflation. If you are seeking stock that could perform well during the inflationary environment the US looks to be headed into as it recovers from the depths of COVID-19 pandemics, Goldman Sachs suggests parking some money in auto parts retailer. How do you think? Yes, auto parts retailer. The investment thesis is pretty straightforward, with mobility across the country picking up. As people get vaccines, cars will likely need more maintenance. That leaves auto parts retailers such as the O'Reilly, ORLY, Genuine Parts Company, GPC, AutoZone, AZO, and Advanced Auto Parts, AAP, in the inviolable position of being able to pass inflation in everything from tires to car wax onto consumers and then post strong profits. That's said by Goldman Sachs. In a highly inflationary environment, we like the auto parts space with its unique ability to pass through higher costs to consumers given the non-discretionary nature of the category, says Goldman Sachs analyst Kate McShane. For instance, in 2019, telegraph prices increased to offset cost pressure arising from tariff provided an incremental benefit to same-store sales growth and Most auto parts retailers cited between 150 to 300 basis points of tariff-related inflation. Okay, so we're not going to dig into too much details from this article, but I will. I mean, like as usual, I will post the links of this article. If you have time or interested, you can find it in the description box down below this streaming video. But I mean, it's also like for my 2 cents. It's because like 2 days ago, right, or yesterday, I forgot. Like I just mentioned that a lot of those like big Wall Street banks are relatively reliable with more information, with more accurate and reliable information, maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 decades ago. While the financial market and the world were not that much globalized, and the financial market was not that much efficient, so those investment banks were kind of the major norm to define the price for a lot of the assets around the globe. But I mean, in the past 10 years, especially in the recent 2 years, while like after 2016, after a lot of like technological breakthrough, like big data, AI, and like cloud computation, and also right now the social media, the new economy is like booming so a lot, and so everyone can become an analyst. Everyone can become just a spectacular, like a predictor for any assets. Like Elon Musk. Elon Musk can just like push assets like Dogecoin, Bitcoin like so hard in just a few days, right? And also like a Wall Street Bet, the group, the financial chat forum on Reddit can also push stocks like AMC, GME so hard in just like a few days or few weeks. So it's a totally different generation of for the financial system. So it's not a game that like a big Wall Street bank make the call as always, right? So yeah. So what I was trying to say is like this is the article. This is a recommendation from like Goldman Sachs. Like you can take it as a reference, but you can also make your analysis to see if these are really good, something good to buy, or beating the current inflationary environment. And what's your thoughts about those big banks, about the inflation, about some like stocks beating the inflation environment? Please leave some comments down below so we can discuss further as always. And okay, so we're gonna, as mentioned, but before that, let's check real quick into the short video about the Goldman Sachs recommendation for these stocks. Few minutes.
Social media channels like TikTok. Abercrombie & Fitch has proven to have a knack for driving sales of youth apparel via social media channels like TikTok and Instagram. And the company announced today it's doubling down on those efforts. Abercrombie is teaming up with social media sensations Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio to launch a new brand called Social Tourist at Hollister. Abercrombie & Fitch CEO Fran Hartz joins us now with all the details. Fran, good to see you as always. I remember I think it was about a year ago, we were talking about holiday 2019 earnings, and you told me, Brian, watch out for these two. And my reply was, I don't even know who they are, but okay, Fran, I will watch out for these two stars. And they have blown up on social media. So why exactly are you launching this?
Well, I think you just summed it up, Brian. It was a partnership that started with them for back to school 2020. They are the leading social media influencers out there today. Charlie is still the #1 most followed influencer on TikTok. They have over 250 million followers between all of their social channels, and we have a terrific partnership with them. We've been together now for months. Our family and their family have gotten to know each other, and we work together so well. You know, as we at Hollister are really in touch with that Gen Z consumer, so are they, and we're learning every day from each other. It's terrific.
Yeah, I still am unsure how they create some of those videos, but I'm going to try hard and create some of my own on TikTok, which I just joined. So take us through the collection. When I walk into a Hollister store, where will it appear, and what type of products you're debuting with?
Okay, so what's exciting is
We just have a quick pause here. So I thought like Abercrombie was like going to like was going for bankrupt like last year. Yes, seems I was wrong. So, yeah, this video seems not to be related to the 4 surprising stuff, but we can still spend a few minutes to check through real quick.
you can find the product on socialtourist.com as well as in all our Hollister stores around the world. It will be front and center when you first walk into the store. And the way that the girls have conceived the line along with our design team is in 4 segments. So the first segment is the most fashion forward piece of the line. It's really at the top of the fashion trend pyramid. It's going to come in monthly. We'll have quick drops that'll be in and out, so buy fast. Then we're going to have another more logo-driven piece of the line, which will be gender inclusive. A third piece, which will be elevated basics, and then swim. So again, socialtourist.com and all of the Hollister stores around the world exclusively.
We've talked about in the past how you've taken the brand more into this social selling model. How is that changing how the brand is perceived, and what are the sales? How do you drive sales from this?
Well, it's super exciting, Brian. Social commerce is definitely the wave of the future. We've been on that for quite some time now, and we're seeing incredible response to it. Selling through TikTok, selling through Instagram, selling through our own channels as well is the way that these kids are navigating the web every single day, and we're right there along with them.
Does this partnership mean you're going back to focusing on teens? Because if I recall right, it wasn't.
So yeah, from the CEO, TikTok-driven fashion trend. TikTok-driven fashion trend. So like social media selling is just as mentioned, the new economy is totally like turning over the entire world from so many different perspectives. Like people can sell online. It's like for fashion stuff, for like it's like for clothing, for food, for like just like housing material, for cars, for luxurious goods, like for everything. So like people can also like get on. I mean, just yelling for the prices for like any type of assets, or yeah, just on social media sites like TikTok, like Facebook, like Instagram, and all that. So it's totally different. I mean, it's a totally different generation uh, for all type of the business activity, or even for the financial system. Like, and the huge like the critical change is probably from last year, like just emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is something, if you're not aware, meaning you are really late, you are really lagging. So yeah, but I think I would say that 99% of the audience in front of video already aware of this new economy trend. So what's your thoughts? Like, what's your insights? And have you already taken any action for these kind of trends, or have you already changed your job to work on the internet as a like YouTuber, or just to record your like a video like talking shit on TikTok and making your short video every day?
A couple years ago, that you were, I think, pivoted a little bit more to an older demographic, but these two they're young. They're still in school.
No, these girls are right in our core demographic. Hollister is the global iconic teen brand, digitally led, super exciting.
Bro, we'll just have a pause here, but that's an interesting thing. It's also in the hot trend we should follow. You know, just the inflation, currency, and the social media side driven selling, marketing, financial system. So let's see. So the pullback today is a little bit contracted. With the Dow Jones Industrial Average turn back into green first, with the index up for about 0.18%, and S&P 500 is down for about 0.1%, while Nasdaq is down for about 0.56%. And then I want to share another article just for the just ongoing one of the hottest topics about Dogecoin. So a lot of people say like the $1 for the target price of Dogecoin will be reached soon. So according to Fortune magazine, $1 Dogecoin looks almost inevitable now. The Dogecoin continued its recent surge Wednesday, hitting new all-time highs and making even the most skeptical admit that the value $1 price goal is looking more and more achievable. The cryptocurrency that no one was meant to take seriously spiked just under 70% before losing a little ground. As of 10:30 a.m. East Coast time, the digital currency was up 19% in just 24 hours. So it's even crazier than like futures and option market. It was up about almost like 14,000 year to date. 14,000 year to date. So that's how much. So it's like 140 times in just 4 months. Yeah. So if I shouldn't say that. Oh, yesterday I was saying like later on I will also introduce a guy, a YouTuber. Seems to be he was also like one of those like earliest. I mean, just calling for the calling for the positive side of Dogecoin. Even before Elon Musk, I mean, back to the end of last December, Elon Musk was still on the negative side for Dogecoin, and later on, maybe the YouTuber called his channel is like Final Stand. I guess maybe a lot of you may already heard about that. The Dogecoin market capitalization now stands at 84.88 billion, putting it ahead of some of the major US lead and 4/5 of the companies on the S&P 500. 4/5. Okay. The Dogecoin is ahead of 4/5 of companies on S&P 500. Okay. So Dogecoin is in the early the heading part of S&P. If it's listed in S&P 500 in terms of capitalization, the market capitalization. Put another way, when measured by market capitalization, Dogecoin is more than 6 times more valuable than American Airlines. Dogecoin's capitalization is 6 times more valuable than American Airlines. The 1,000 investment in Dogecoin at the start of 2021, at the start of this year, would now be worth 135,000. Okay. If you invest $1,000 for Dogecoin at the beginning of this year, you will have enough return to buy a house right now. Okay, that's pretty crazy. And I think like this probably never happened before. Probably for any single stock in the world in such a short period of time. Right? Am I right? Or have you heard of any different story? And the same investment when the crypto launched in 2019 would be worth 364,000. Okay. If you bought Dogecoin in 2019, you will have you already have a return for like 364 times. So 10,000 new Dogecoins are programmed to be issued every minute. 10,000 of Dogecoin are programmed to be issued every minute for the rest of eternity. 10,000. Okay. So it's yeah. So I think like I will spend some more time to do some analysis for the profile and the coding and pricing mechanic of Dogecoin, because it's totally different things from Bitcoin. Either Bitcoin and Ethereum are the amount of them are can be created with a limit amount, right? But Dogecoin seems to be like created like without any, I mean, without any limit in the future. Meaning the value was never made to hold. But pushes from everyone from Elon Musk to Mark Cuban and Guy Fieri have kept it in the spotlight, and traders have decided to defy logic. Ultimately, though, it's individual investors who are driving the price up. Individual investors are the real momentum to drive the price up. Determined to hold the crypto and take it to the moon. It's as much an affordable amusement that upset the pro trading community as it is serious financial vehicle. It took it seriously enough, however, to get outraged when Robinhood crypto trading went down Tuesday. But increasingly, companies are jumping on board. Earlier this week, the Auckland A's began selling seeds for and Cuban last week said that the Dallas Maverick would complete 60,000 Dogecoin transaction in April, adding that it's crypto that people actually use versus hold. Okay, so people are actually use Dogecoin. So it's more convenient to use Dogecoin over Bitcoin because you can, you know, you can do it the way it's mentioned here. So those same enthusiasts declare April 20 Doji Day, April 20 Doji Day, and hope to push the crypto's value to $1 on that day. That didn't happen, but given its surge of late and Musk's upcoming Saturday night live hosting gig, the $1 mark seems quite possible. So what's the price of Dogecoin? So yeah, like the day before yesterday, 2 days ago, I just cut my position at around like 60 cents, and yesterday it just like it was spiking all the way to be almost like 70 cents. So I was a little bit upset, but you know, I was saying I just I was I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm confident for Dogecoin to be moving to $1. But I was saying usually, just for any type of price action trading, the I mean a healthy pullback as a resting will usually happen along the way. So just we can see because the jump from 7 cents to 70 cents. It's about like almost like 3 times increase. So yeah, it's reasonable to have a pullback. I mean, the increase is even. I mean, the times of increase is not as much as the previous one. I mean, started from around like April 13, but the price, the change in price is even like it's even bigger than that. So yeah, so it could be right time to have a little bit like a resting pullback in. And I'm not. I'm the. I would still like to wait for a little bit more. If it's, I would say it would just keep like just have a mild or sharp like pulling back all the way to, and I will have another entry if it comes down to the range between 40 cents and the top here, and 40 cents and the 44 cents. Yeah, I think that would be the price range for a good entry. The price range between 40 cents and 44 cents, right? How do you think? Do you think it's gonna like keep like spiking without any pullback to this range? Please leave your comments. Like for my 2 cents, I think it will pull back to the range between 40 and 44 cents, like really soon, just probably in this month, and then that would be another good entry here again. So today is May 6th 2021, and it's a Thursday, and I mean later on we will, I mean I will write a notes for my comments, for my personal 2 cents in this in the description box of this down below in this video. And later on, we can come back to see if this will really happen, okay? But this, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is just for like entertaining and the recreational purpose. So do your own research before every trade and investment. Please. The Bitcoin will eventually hit 1 million a coin. Bitcoin will eventually hit 1 million a coin. So some of my friends from Hong Kong and New York, just like I mean, everyone's talking about like Bitcoin and Dogecoin these days. So and one of my friends from the private equity fund manager said the another pullback will seems to be happen very soon, and it's better to be aware of that, to be cautious for Bitcoin and Dogecoin. But this article is saying Bitcoin will eventually hit $1 million price target. This is according to CoinDesk editor. So as investor interest in cryptocurrency spikes, Bitcoin could rise to 1 million over the next 5 years. But that's the price targeting for the long run. But right now it's how much? Right now it's Bitcoin right now is about like 57,000. It just right. Last week we just say I just come up with something that I agree. And our analysts say right now the pullback, the range consolidation, just a healthy pullback and healthy range consolidation for the next bull round all the way to 100,000 price target by the end of this year. And some people even say this will happen probably by the end of the third quarter 2021 this year. So what's your view for Bitcoin? What's your view for Bitcoin? And if he really go all the way to like 1 million, so it's still about like 15 to 20 times of price increase in. So once again, like actually like 2 years ago, I was not a believer of Bitcoin, but yeah, I mean, I think the risk is still there. I mean, like it's still possible that the you know, a lot of the mechanics behind are not completely like proven by every financial system by the entire world. But along the way, in the past 2 years, it seems that although there is still a risk for Bitcoin, for Dogecoin, for all the crypto, but right now the risk for stock market for a lot of assets seems to be higher than Bitcoin along the way right now. So that's why a lot of the institutional investors, even like Goldman Sachs, like Morgan Stanley, just setting up funds for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency too. They for purpose one, that could be a chance to have better return compared to the stock market right now. Purpose two, I mean, over time, like gradually, like Bitcoin and Dogecoin cryptocurrency have become an asset to do the diversification, since they are basically have really little correlation to the stock and the bond and the financial markets. So that would be a safe boat for you to park your money with a good amount of return, at least in the short period of time. But anyway, once anything happens, those like smart, like clever institutional investor would definitely be the first one to leave the boat, right? Just like what I mentioned last week as well. In the past like 2 to 3 quarters since the fourth quarter last year, although along with the U.S. government stimulus check, the printing and the money printing cycles, the retail investors still like throwing money into the stock market. And but by the same time, along the way, a lot of institutional investors, specifically those insider major traders from Nasdaq Composite, actually, withdrawing from the market, actually like selling stock along the way. Don't you think that's really weird? And there's not a relatively amount of stock buyback along the weird economic recovery, right? So, and the banking, the banking, the loan to debt ratio has collapsed to 50%, which is only half of the pre-2008 financial crisis level. Meaning, so during the time of the literal economic booming recovery, why no one's like borrowing money? Because like obviously there's not a good target to trade or invest, right? So a lot of like weird things, and also the inflation, twisted inflation. We cannot use the inflation nowadays to do the same comparison for the inflation in the history, right? Okay. So where did we change? Okay, so according to this analyst, Bitcoin is going to $1 million a coin, $1 million a coin. I actually believe that it will at some stage, with just the scarcity aspect alone. I think Bitcoin is good for trading right now, but so far I haven't been convinced for scarcity for Bitcoin, because a lot of things are in scarcity amount, but not necessarily to have an increasing value. So it makes it an incredible exciting asset according to this app. The timing of Bitcoin crossing $1 million is the big question. Leach said the next Bitcoin having a key technical event when the amount of Bitcoins to miners' cutting head is set to take place in 2024, and that will likely trigger a massive price surge. So that will be 3 years later. The year after having always seemed to create a huge rise. That's what we are seeing now. But I mean, a lot of times, like we can, I mean, by reading the article, by listening to the comments of the analysts, we can also see the things on the surface, without actually knowing the story behind. So, right? I mean, as always, like plotting, scheming, and all the manipulation are always decorated as like with like sugar coating. So that last halving, the last halving for Bitcoin was in 2020, and so far this year we have seen price explode. I don't know when, but it will likely be after 2025. Okay. So that's the article say. I will also post the link there. Do you think Bitcoin will go mooning to $1 million price target in the next 3 to 5 years? Okay, please let us know. We can have some interaction and discuss the shit. The mint-based cryptocurrency Dogecoin soared 40% to all-time high. Mint-based virtual currency Dogecoin soared on Wednesday to an all-time high, extending its 2021 rally to become the fourth biggest digital coin. Dogecoin launched as a satirical critique of 2030's cryptocurrency frenzy, has climbed 41% in the last 24 hours to soar to 68 cents. But right now it's not 68. Right now it's about like 61 cents. So this year alone, it has soared over 14,000%. Started from the December 31st last year, taking it past more widely used cryptocurrencies such as the Tether, Stablecoin, and XRP to become the fourth largest by market capitalization. The Dogecoin, whose logo features Shiba. On Tuesday, the New York crypto exchange Gemini said it would start letting users trade and custody the token. Okay.
Oh my gosh, what we've seen with Dogecoin over the last little bit. It's fun to watch, and I think that we could see it continue to rise. Just to give you a little bit of history lesson.
This guy is the one I was like mentioned, and that's this guy is the one I would like to share. Like it's okay. His channel is always about like Dogecoin, but he's become like one of the popular icon. this just boom like in the past like just few months. He just speak out for Dogecoin even before Elon Musk on December 23rd last year, and that's we can see the end. He didn't. I mean, he just started like posting YouTube video for Dogecoin from about like 4 months ago, and at the beginning, like he has a lot of like I just check into some like stories of this guy, and he has some like stories, and yeah, but obviously like clearly, yeah, he's like some of his comments and his insights and are worth I mean worth like taking into account. Okay, so he's also like following his video to see like how he has found the trend, the spiking trend for Dogecoin even before Elon Musk and all those celebrities. Okay. And just until recently, he just got a lot of followers because like a lot of people just aware that he is if like Dogecoin is sorry if like Elon Musk is Doge father, maybe the guy final stand like he's maybe he's real man. Matt Wallace. Yeah, maybe Matt Wallace could be something like called, you know, Musk, the father of Musk. I have no idea. It sounds a little bit stupid. Okay, but later on, if you have time, you can like also check into the some like video of this guy about Dogecoin. But don't forget to come back to our channel since we just had a summary and the report for more things and hopefully more helpful to you. And let me know if there's anything more interesting for you. So another article according to Financial Times, crypto trading volumes booms as activity cools on stock market. Okay. So yeah, just mention like people are just transferring their cash from stock market into cryptocurrency market, right? With more focus in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. The S&P Dow Jones S&P and Dow Jones Industrial brings Bitcoin, Ethereum to Wall Street with cryptocurrency indices. So there are like ETF or FEC, SEC are reviewing for some like cryptocurrency ETF filing right now, and S&P and Dow Jones Industry are bringing the Bitcoin and Ethereum to compose the cryptocurrency indices very soon. Seems like that from this. Okay, so we have no choice. There's no way that we can ignore cryptocurrency. And even Kevin O'Leary on cryptocurrency. I don't own random ETFs with blood coin in them. It appears that Shark Tank investor Kevin O'Leary no longer thinks Bitcoin is garbage. The guy thought Bitcoin was garbage before. So the chairman of O-Share ETF told Yahoo Finance Live that he's allocated 3% of his portfolio to the world's largest cryptocurrency after his native Canada. and a handful of other countries eased restriction on institutional buying of the asset. Let's see what Kevin said here from the short video, please.
A lot's happened since we talked just a few months. Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank investor and chairman of O-Shares ETFs. Kevin, good to see you again. A lot's happened since we talked just a few months ago. And I want to bring you back to August of last year before Biden became president. And at that time, you thought that Biden wouldn't be bad for the stock market. You thought he'd be pretty benign. Have you changed your outlook now?
No, not yet. These proposals that in some ways he's beholden to a certain fringe element of his party, and so he has to rattle the chains regarding the whole theme of taxing the rich and raising corporate taxes. And I understand the political pressures, but the reality of that actually happening anywhere near the proposal he's making is very low, because it would make the United States the highest tax jurisdiction in the G20. And there'd be the reversions again, and capital would leave the country, and there'd be a lot of corporate, financial restructuring. And I don't think we want to go there. And I think members of his party knows that's not a good idea. So I think a much more tempered corporate tax rate is likely to come. And then, of course, we have this second leg, the infrastructure package, which both sides agree is desperately needed. It's how you package it, because in the current bill, you're throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there. And that's the old game in politics. And I think the market understands all that. This is just the normal yin yang that goes on between parties that are. And then you've got the fact, and this is something for the market to think about. And I know others are thinking this way. When you look at history, and I'm a bit of a policy wonk, I go back and look at history, regardless of which party's in the White House. Doesn't matter. You tend to lose seats in the midterms. And so you really got a bit of a time pressure on here. If Biden wants to get anything done in a big stroke way, he has to get it done in the first 2 years of his mandate, because it's highly likely that he will be in a more precarious position, after these midterm elections. That's just the way it is. You tend to lose seats, so this really delicate balance of power gets shifted back for the check and balance that the U.S. has been so good at doing for so long. So I think. I don't see a lot of risk of a crazy tax change, and I think the market's reflecting that.
Have you made any changes, Kevin, to your personal portfolio when you look at some of the policy proposals, the return to big government and big spending during the Biden administration? Even if it all doesn't pass, which is very unlikely, but even if some of it passes, has that sort of informed your portfolio decisions lately?
Yes, it has, since we last talked. I have removed hydrocarbons from my core holdings. I used to be a big shareholder in Chevron, Exxon, Schlumberger. They are all gone. And it's not that I don't love oil companies. I think they're a very viable part of the economy, and they're doing their hardest to clean themselves up towards the ESG mandates. But here's the problem. I have many companies that I'm an investor in that service institutional clients, whether it's involved in fintech, or whether it's in the ETF markets, whatever. We listen very closely to what our clients want. And today, institutions, they have sustainability committees. They have ethics committees that sit on top of their investment allocation committees. And so if you're bringing in an idea, let's go to a 3.5% weighting in Chevron, which is a fantastic balance sheet, by the way, you're probably going to get shot down. And why that should bother you as a shareholder is you always want a core position to have it. The incremental buyer should always be an institution, should always be a sovereign. They're the ones that provide liquidity. But all of a sudden, you start to see these stocks being removed. Even the Larry Fink letter of just a couple of weeks ago that slammed the sector around ESG concerns. This is a big problem, because what happens is you actually get a situation where, because you're losing the incremental buyer over and over and over again as they duck out of hydrocarbons, your price earnings ratios collapse. They go down. The companies still deliver earnings, but the PE they trade at.
So yeah, we can see here, like Oliver said, he now views Bitcoin as digital gold and a hedge against inflation. It's a goal and a way to hedge against inflation. That's a lot of people are talking about right now. It's not asset for speculation and purpose only anymore. It's only a safe haven for us to do something like to do hedging. It's also it's we can use it to hedge, and it's much better than all the other assets. It's it's a low correlation to the stock market and all the assets in the financial system. And so O'Leary also said that it will appreciate over time, but he warns there is a big problem brewing in the crypto space around how and where the coins are mined. Yeah, how and where the coins are mined. So still a lot of things are just mentioned. There's still a risk behind, even though like somehow it's we use it to hedge because of the low correlation between cryptocurrency and other financial assets. But holding and the mining mechanics behind are still like with a lot of skeptics. So O'Leary doesn't own random ETF with blood coin in it. The industry has done a poor job in lobbying its case around sustainability. Bitcoin mining is extremely energy intensive. A single transaction of Bitcoin has the same carbon footprint as 680,000 Visa transaction or 51,000 hours of watching YouTube. That's really crazy. A single transaction of Bitcoin has the same carbon footprint as almost like 700 Visa transaction or 51,000 hours. 51,000. Watching YouTube. It's like the same carbon footprint that a person spent a whole year to watch YouTube, right? For taking out Bitcoin for a single Bitcoin transaction. Okay. So currently 60% of coins mined in Bitcoin come from China, where they don't care about sustainability and they certainly have issues around human rights. O'Leary said the actual provenance of a coin over time, one that's mined sustainably, to be worth more than just a generic coin that can't prove its provenance. Okay. But anyway, even a lot of the well-known major traders, investors, institutional investors are coming into the field of cryptocurrency. That's the point. So, okay. So we let's take a look back to see what's going on for the U.S. stock market right now. Okay. So Dow Jones Industrial Average is still safe in green, with index up about 0.19%, and Nasdaq is like dipping deeper, with the index down for about 0.77%, and S&P 500 is down for about 0.16%. And the time is limited. Otherwise, I just mentioned at the beginning of this streaming, we're going to take a look into some details about like some of the popularly trading stock piece. Like here are the 3 Cathy Wood stocks are set to rip higher by 40%. And then we will have a look into more details from this. probably like tomorrow in the streaming, but I will post the links in the description down below. So please check into that if you have time or interested in that. And also the six stocks that Cathy Wu's here KETX on, we always like keep a close eye on. And three strong buy stocks with over 40% upside potential, according to T. Frank, who will check into detail of that. And according to Investors Business Daily, IBD, they are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now. We'll also have some more details. So, as mentioned. Sorry, so like yesterday I haven't got a chance to go through the trading system that I just set up some grouping for the audience, and also for my the trading plan in this folder. So the first it's always it's the introduction interface, and then I will have a group to talk about to have a close watch on Google, on Tesla, on Apple, on Microsoft, on Facebook and Amazon, and all that. And also another group. In the past like few weeks, we just been through some like interesting stocks to talk, like GME and AMC. They're kind of coming to like basically they're kind of like dying down, and I'm not seeing any significant fluctuation coming in the short run. Like since the market focus are kind of like diverted into some of the other single stocks. Yeah. So yeah, and ARA is also Bitcoin concept stock, Bitcoin related stocks, and NIO is the major competitor of Tesla. So if you're investing for EV, electric vehicle, other than Tesla, NIO would be another good target to look into, and we will have some more details in the technical analysis as well, the fundamental and industrial analysis for NIO as well. And Platinum is also one of the popular traded stock. I believe a lot of you have already know. So we just mentioned like RIOT, BLDR, MP. Yeah, so in the short video, it's mentioned like MP. There is the price around like 30 would be a good entry point, and also it's also a good entry point for VLDR right now. And VLDR is the one of the these two companies just had an IPO in recent year, and VLDR just is the leading leader solution technological company with a very well developed operation and innovation systems in the business history. We just mentioned that in another short video. So if you have time, please check into the short video with the title "Two Interesting Stocks in Second Quarter." Okay, I just have more introduction about MP and the VLDR. So MP is also a well-established U.S.-based company working in the rare earth industry, which is also a hot topic. Which is also just catching up the current Biden government stimulus check plan, catching up the trend, and also SOS. So yeah, I will still have more groups for the hot picks for some like popular trading stocks to talk, and also I have another groups for the major picks of ARK from Cathy Wu, and also another group of some of the popularly traded like penny stock. I will set up the small chart for. I will have more picks to set up the chart. I'm like using interactive broker system right now, as I think it's more complex compared to the others, like a Robinhood, like a Wilbur and the TD Ameritrade. And because I'm not focusing my streaming or share video simply on trading or like a single stock pick. So I think like interactive broker, the platform can provide us with more complex functions to just have more analysis. Also have this checking with the breaking news, the instant breaking news, right? So later on, like I mean, if we got a chance to turn the channel into a for-profit channel, we might have the chance to use like Bloomberg as well. But for like cost concern, we are just trying to manage on that right now. So yeah, it's about the end of the streaming for today. It's April 6th. So US market are still trembling, and we have some like hot topics about like other than US market, as it's trembling at an all-time high right now. We have more talks on Bitcoin, Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, like inflation, right? And also the new economy, the online social media, online social media selling, right? Everyone is like selling or having the business activity or all kinds of activity through like social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all that right now. So these are some of the hot topics just going on not only for this month, probably start for a while for from last year. So we will have more analysis and more details on these topics in going forward. So yeah, thanks for watching today. So please leave your comments, leave your thoughts, and strike a like and subscribe button down below for more discussion and let us know. So we're really eager to have more interaction and discussion with you soon. So we will have more and more. Until next time, check it out.